we can move on to the crosstown rival at USC. Lincoln Riley basically picks Jaden Maiava over Miller Moss. Miller Moss transfers to Louisville. So starts the Maiava ever last season where they went 7-6, 4-5 after Miller Moss was benched. They did win the Vegas Bowl against Texas A&M 35-31. They returned 8 starters, 5 on offense, 3 on defense. Like I said, Jaden Maiava being a starting quarterback who went 101 at 169, 59.8% completion percentage, 1,201 yards, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but 4 on the ground as well. They bring back Mekhi Lemon, who had 52 catches, 764 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jacoby Lane, who had 43 catches, 525 yards, and 12 touchdowns. And Lake McCree, a tight end, who had 24 catches, 245 yards. Now they also bring back Amari Ramsey, a safety who had 60 total tackles, 43 solos, 2 sacks, 5 pass breakups, an interception, and 2 forced fumbles. And Devin Tompkins, who a D tackle, who had 24 total tackles, 14 solos, a sack and a half, and 3 pass breakups. They lost, like I said, Miller Moss was 2,555 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and 64.4 completion percentage. You give that to Jeff Brom, he's going to have fun with him. And again, I felt like Miller Moss got the short end of the stick. I don't think he was like the sole reason why USC was dropping games. But he took it like a soldier. He took accountability like you would like your quarterback to do. And he said, you can put the blame on me. And he left. And good luck to him. Woody Marks left. He's currently on the Texans. Running back who had 198 carries, 1,133 yards, 5.7 a carry, and 9 touchdowns. Zachariah Branch left. He's currently on the University of Georgia, which sucks. Him and his brother went to Georgia, 47 catches, 503 yards, and a touchdown. Easton Mascaris Arnold, who currently is going to Cleveland Browns, is a linebacker who had 94 total tackles, 51 solos, 3 sacks, pass breakup, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. Achille Arnold, a safety who had 59 total tackles, 36 solos, half a sack, a pass breakup and an interception. And Mason Cobb, a linebacker who had 72 total tackles, 31 solos, half a sack, a pass breakup and an interception. And Jacoby Covington, a cornerback, 29 total tackles, 21 solos, 3 pass breakups, and a forced fumble for the Chiefs, currently playing for the Chiefs. They have the 15th overall recruiting class and 17th in transfers. Bishop Fitzgerald transferred in at safety from NC State, which I like that transfer to replace the production of Achille Arnold. 55 total tackles, 35 solos, 8 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble. Eli Sanders, a transfer running back from New Mexico, who had over 1,000 yards in the Mountain West, 1,063 yards, 147 carries, 7.2 a carry, and 9 touchdowns, looking to replace the production of Woody Marks. DJ Harvey transfers in a cornerback from San Jose State, who had 58 total tackles, 40 solos, 2 sacks, 6 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown, again playing for San Jose State. And the receiver from Boise State, Prince Stratton, who had 25 catches, 304 yards, and a touchdown last year for Boise State, being behind was it Cam Camper he was behind last year? I want to say it was Cam Camper. But yeah, Teddy, I don't know, man. I don't know how you gonna feel about how I got USC doing. I know last year you had some choice words for me. I will say this. It's better than what I thought last year. I will say that. As I text you that I'm currently covering USC. The over-under, though, 7.5. Very, very interesting. Last year, they were 23rd total offense, 77th for total defense, 10th in passing, 82nd in rushing, 51st in scoring offense, 98th in passing defense, 53rd in rushing defense, and tied 56th in scoring defense. So they did improve defensively. I will say that. Oh, hold on. My boy Trent might be back. I just seen him pop up. Wave your hand, Trent. We good. Welcome back, my dog. So, sorry about them difficulties. Now, I did go through Rutgers and UCLA. So, I'll just have you give me a record and your opinions about them on the Big Ten wrap-up portion. Talk to me about USC before we go. I was just about to get into the schedule, so you could just talk to me about USC and then we'll go into the schedule.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there. But I think offensively, USC is going to be good again. They return Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon on the outside. They are going through a little bit of a quarterback battle quarterback position battle at the time between Jaden, is it Maiva from returning from last year?
Maiva, yep.
Maiva, yep. And then Huson Longstreet coming in as a freshman, who obviously is a Lincoln Riley guy. Last season went 7-6 overall, 4-5 in Big Ten play. So I'm expecting them to bounce back a little bit. Lincoln Riley is there, obviously, to improve what has been a struggling program over the years. But I think his talents in the portal and then getting these new recruits are definitely the LA type of vibe and direction they want to go. Schedule is a little tough just being in the Big Ten, but I'm really looking forward to what the defense does. They have a 5-star defensive end coming in, Jakeem Stewart, who was a national top 10 prospect, hoping he can get to the quarterback and help out what was clearly defensive struggles for the USC football team last year.
All right. So, yeah, I did talk about how defensively they did get better as opposed to, like, the last couple seasons. I think it's Jaden Maiva's position, but I've been wrong. They're both Lincoln Riley guys. You know, he brought Maiva over from UNLV last season and eventually turned the keys over to him over Miller Moss, making Miller Moss transfer out, causing him to go to Louisville, which, again, I think he's going to have fun at Louisville under Jeff Brom. But I agree. Lincoln Riley's always going to have an offense. I do like I said, I talked about the Eli Sanders edition. I think that's going to be so fun watching him and Maiva. I think they're going to be really good offensively, solid defensively. But I'm looking at the schedule. They play the Notre Dames. They play the Michigans. They play the Oregons. You know how I feel about Nebraska already. So pretty tough schedule in my opinion. Teddy, I was just telling Teddy, like, look, I know you killed me for last year. I got y'all doing better, but how much better? We're about to find out. First game of the season, Missouri State. I have as a win.
I also have as a win.
Georgia Southern, I have as a win.
I also have as a win.
At Purdue, I have as a win.
I also have as a win.
Teddy, this is where it get ugly. Now, I have a loss against Michigan State. I remember you have this as a win.
Yep.
At Illinois, I have as a loss.
I had that as a win.
At home against Michigan, I have as a loss.
I have that as a loss.
At Notre Dame, I have as a loss.
I also have as a loss.
At Nebraska, I have as a loss.
I have as a win.
At home against Northwestern, I have as a win.
I have as a win.
At home against Iowa, I have as a loss.
I had that as a win, yep.
At Oregon, I have as a loss.
Also a loss.
And in the rivalry against UCLA, I have as a win. So at least I have y'all 5-7, 3-6, but at least I got y'all beating UCLA.
The UCLA one really gets them.
Hey, man, some people just got to beat their rivals. But, yeah. So I have the under 7.5 win total at 5-7, 3-6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wins.
9-3.
9-3.
So you have them 6-3 in conference play because you have them. Oh no, you have them 9 wins. One of them is a loss against Purdue. So you have 2 losses in Big Ten. So you have a 7-2 in Big Ten play.
Yeah, no, I got them losing to Notre Dame, which is out of conference.
Yeah,
and then losing to Oregon and Michigan. Yep.
Okay. All the other games you have is wins. So yeah, you have them 9-3, 7-2.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I got you, Joe. Let me bring your comments up. So he said he laughed because I told Teddy that's when it gets ugly. He said, "Dang," because I had him losing. Because he asked me how many losses in a row is that. That is 1, 2, 3, 5 losses. They go on a 5-game lose streak, according to me. A 5-game losing streak. Now, I will say this: Michigan State is winnable. That's a flip to make a bowl game. That's the only That's the only game I could possibly see them winning, in my opinion, out of the 5. I know you got Illinois, but that's the only one I can give them. It's against us because defensively, I got to see it. And Lincoln Riley, I know, is going to have a really good offense. But I think we could score with them. I think it being at home at their house is tough. But I don't know. I think the USC is more of a finesse team, and I think we could roughen them up. I think we can muck up the game a little bit as well. But Yeah, that's out that 5-game win streak. Our game is the only game I could see flip.
They could. I think the Notre Dame game could be interesting if they play. You know, if it's a trending USC team at the time.
Yeah, that is true. That game could be interesting, but I don't see Notre Dame losing it. I think the quarterback situation is figured out by then. I think Notre Dame is always going to have a defense under Marcus Freeman, so it just depends on how the quarterback plays for Notre Dame, which I think will be fine by the time they play USC. But
Agreed.
sorry, Teddy. I already know you're gonna curse me on the chat, so I'm ready for it. I dealt with it last year. I'll deal with it again this year. We'll move on to Washington.